Happy Diwali. Hi. Welcome to a discussion on European literature of the 19th century. Up to nahi. Of the 19th century. European literature of the 19th century. Happy Diwali. All blessings to you. I want to introduce something. Shall I? I want to tell you something. I want you to know that we have made a learning management system. Did you know that? There is a learning management system with a lot of courses. As of now, all our free courses are there. We will slowly introduce new courses also. I want this Diwali gift for you. I have got this Diwali gift for you. Please check out totalenglishsolutions.com. Will you? totalenglishsolutions.com. Do you want to see how it goes? This is our totalenglishsolutions.com. If you go down here, all the courses, free courses we have are here. Free course. Just use this website and watch all these courses. Will you do that? So many courses are there. Did you like that, guys? So this is my Diwali gift for you. Right. Now, totalenglishsolutions.com, don't forget. Ready for European literature now? Nothing. It is free. As of now, everything is free. All these free courses will always be there. Whatever free course I do, it will be there. totalenglishsolutions.com. Total English Solutions is what? It is tests. Right now, whatever is there in YouTube, it is there. We will add more and more. Okay? Right. This Diwali, I wanted to give you this dhamaka gift. Now we will send in all our groups everything. Okay. Now you have all come to me for Diwali. You have trusted me and you have understood that this is going to be a wonderful evening. So I want to play a game with you. Small, silly game only. Not a difficult game. Okay, let us play a game. totalenglishsolutions.com, don't forget. Now, La Vita Nova. This is the game. I will tell you the name of a book and then two authors. You have to tell me which is the correct author. And then I will tell you about the book. All right? I will explain. Okay. La Vita Nova. Who is the author? Is it Aristotle or Dante? Is it Aristotle or Dante? Of course. Actually, this is a very silly game. It is very easy to answer. Okay, it is very easy to answer. La Vita Nova, remember, means the new life. La Vita Nova means the new life. Every day I will upload UPHESE. Don't worry. Every day I will upload Hina. Yes. La Vita Nova means new life. And Dante addressed this book to Beatrice. La Vita Nova is his book where he introduced the earliest sonnets in European literature. The earliest sonnets of European literature come in La Vita Nova. Did you like that, guys? Okay. Philostrato. Is it Boccaccio or Homer? Philostrato. Is it Boccaccio or Homer? Of course, Philostrato is by Boccaccio. Philostrato is by Boccaccio. Boccaccio is the first prose writer in any European language. Philostrato is the first European writer to write prose, first prose writer. And what did Boccaccio's Philostrato talk about? It influenced Chaucer. Boccaccio's Philostrato influenced Chaucer. Boccaccio has also written Filocolo, Tessida. Tessida is Knight's Tale. Philostrato is which tale? Chaucer's which tale is Philostrato? Is it Monk's Tale? Boccaccio is also the author of Decameron. Boccaccio is also the author of Decameron. That also influenced Chaucer. Chaucer's Canterbury Tales got its frame narrative from Decameron. Hannah? Right. Now, next question. On famous men, Clark's Taylor. On famous men, is it Socrates or Petrarch? On famous men, is it Socrates or Petrarch? Knight's Tale, correct. Philostrato is Knight's Tale, correct. No, Tessida. I forgot. Where is it given? बोलो ये बोलो on famous men. Boccaccio's Tessida is the story of Knight's Tale. Philostrato inspired what? I don't remember. Tessida is Palamon and Arcite, so it is Knight's Tale. Philostrato is Monk's Tale or something. I don't remember now. What a bad teacher I am. शुरू में ही याद ही नहीं मुझे. मुझे पता ही नहीं. Palamon and Arcite is Tessida. Correct. That is correct. Knight's Tale is Tessida. Okay. Philostrato is Monk's Tale, I think. Thank you, guys. Now, on famous men is Petrarch. On famous men is by Petrarch. Moray Encomium. Is it Thomas More or Erasmus? Happy Diwali. Did you know, guys, I just gave a Diwali gift to everyone. I will tell you after this game. Moray Encomium. It is by Erasmus. Moray Encomium means the praise of folly. Moray Encomium means the praise of folly. It is by Erasmus. De Principatibus. Is it by Machiavelli or Plato? De Principatibus. It is the Latin name for the prince. Not a single thing was written by Socrates, correct. I know, C.P. Mishra. I would rather be an honest teacher. It is far better than many teachers who will say wrong things and say they know everything. They are, they attack other people. Many of those teachers attack me. I don't like that. De Principatibus means the prince. It is by Machiavelli. De Principatibus is the prince by Machiavelli. Have you heard of the third book and the fourth book? Is it Bakhtin or Rabelais? The third book and the fourth book? It is Rabelais. Rabelais, who wrote Gargantua and Pantagruel, has also written third book, fourth book. Did you read extra about Rabelais? I did. That is why I know. The third book and fourth book, these are books by Rabelais. Then, who wrote sonnets? Now you will tell me Petrarch. But my options are Cervantes or Aeschylus. Who wrote sonnets? Is it Cervantes or Aeschylus? Ta-da-dang! It is Cervantes. Sonnets are written by Cervantes, don't forget, okay? The School for Wives, is it Cicero or Moliere? Remember School for Wives? Arnulf does not want his ward Agnes to have feminine wiles, so he puts her in a convent. School for Wives is by Moliere. Remember, Moliere died when he played Argan in the imaginary invalid. It is Moliere, the School for Wives. Who wrote Le Cid? Is it Corneille or Shakespeare? Of course, Le Cid is the play that came as tragicomedy. Le Cid, is it by Corneille or Shakespeare? Bolo, it is Corneille. Corneille's Le Cid first appeared as tragicomedy. Corneille wrote Le Cid. It first appeared as tragicomedy. And Le Cid means the lords. Remember, man and a woman, their fathers are fighting. What are the names of the characters in Le Cid, Bolo? What are the names of the characters in Le Cid? Characters in Le Cid are Célimène and... waiting for your answer. Roderick and Célimène. Roderick and Célimène. Right. Zadig, is it by Immanuel Kant or Voltaire? Zadig, is it Immanuel Kant or Voltaire? Of course, Zadig is Voltaire. In Zadig, the protagonist is a Babylonian king. A Babylonian king. Zadig has the protagonist, a Babylonian king. A discourse on the origins of inequality. Have you heard of this book? A discourse on the origins of inequality. Who is the author? Surprise! मैं बताती हूँ. After this game, I will tell you, okay? Naila? A discourse on the origins of inequality. Is it Voltaire or Rousseau? It is Rousseau. Rousseau. The Sorrows of Young Werther. Is it Goethe or Hegel? The Sorrows of Young Werther. Is it Goethe or Hegel? It is Goethe. Goethe. This book inaugurated Storm and Stress movement. Remember? Storm and Stress movement. And now we move on to the birth of tragedy. Is it Sophocles or Nietzsche? Birth of tragedy. Is it Sophocles or Nietzsche? It is Friedrich Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche. What are the main concepts put forward by Friedrich Nietzsche, Bolo? What are the main concepts put forward by Friedrich Nietzsche? They are: God is dead, Übermensch or Superman, will to power. God is dead, Übermensch or Superman, and will to power. Nietzsche also wrote the human, all too human. Thus spake Zarathustra, beyond good and evil, and the genealogy of morals. He wrote, thus spake Zarathustra, beyond good and evil, the genealogy of morals. His ideas are will to power and will to knowledge, God is dead and Übermensch. Will to power and also will to knowledge. Will you remember? Now, the world as will and representation. Nietzsche is, yes, indirectly related to existentialism. Existentialism was not there at that time. It came later. The world as will and representation. Is it Spencer or Schopenhauer? The world as will and representation. Is it Spencer or Schopenhauer? Bolo? Of course, it is Schopenhauer. Schopenhauer was a pessimistic philosopher. Schopenhauer was a pessimistic philosopher who talked about optimism. Which philosopher is associated with optimism? He plays an important part in Candide. It is Leibniz. Leibniz plays an important part in optimistic philosophy. Leibniz plays an important part in Candide. Now tell me, Les Miserables. Who is it by? Who is it by? Les Miserables. Who is the author? Is it Victor Hugo or Somerset Maugham? Is it Victor Hugo or Somerset Maugham? Of course, it is Victor Hugo. Victor Hugo. Victor Hugo has also written The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Victor Hugo has also written The Hunchback of Notre Dame. After this game, in 10 minutes, I will give you a surprise, okay? Those who came late. Wait for the surprise. A surprise that is very useful for you. Free also. No need of any money. Okay? Wait and see, okay? Now, Victor Hugo wrote Les Miserables. Victor Hugo also wrote The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Who wrote The Count of Monte Cristo? Bolo, who wrote The Count of Monte Cristo? The Count of Monte Cristo is by Thomas Hardy or Alexandre Dumas? Thomas Hardy or Alexandre Dumas? It is Alexandre Dumas. It is Alexandre Dumas. It is something important, useful for the exam. Don't worry. The Count of Monte Cristo is by Alexandre Dumas. The Count of Monte Cristo is the story of Dante, Dantes. He is in love with Mercedes. And the Count of Monte Cristo, Dante, is having two enemies. They are Danglars and Mondego. And they falsely accuse him of being a Bonapartist spy. He is imprisoned in an island prison, Chateau d'If. And from there, he becomes Monte Cristo, Count of Monte Cristo. He gets treasure. That is the story. Alexandre Dumas also wrote which other work? The Three Musketeers. Alexandre Dumas also wrote The Three Musketeers. Then, Madame Bovary. Who is the author? Madame Bovary. Is it Gustave Flaubert or Honore de Balzac? Gustave Flaubert or Honore de Balzac? It is Gustave Flaubert. Madame Bovary. Balzac wrote what? Balzac wrote The Human Comedy. Balzac wrote The Human Comedy. It is a series of 90 novels. 90 novels and novellas. The experimental novel. Who wrote the experimental novel? Oh. So no, in 10 minutes there is going to be a surprise. The experimental novel, is it by Emily Bronte or Emily Zola? It is Emily Zola. The experimental novel is about naturalism. What do you mean by naturalism? Naturalism means human beings are depicted as products of their environment. That is right, Shrabani. In human comedy, there are Saracen. Balzac's human comedy has short stories like Saracen, Father Goriot. Emily Zola is the author of Nana. And Nana is a naturalist novel. Naturalist novel means human beings are behaving in certain ways because they are products of their environment. Human beings are depicted as products of their environment. And Emily Zola's essay on naturalism is the experimental novel. Who wrote The Flowers of Evil? Is it Balzac or Baudelaire? Is it Balzac or Baudelaire? It is Charles Baudelaire. So know everybody, Alexandre Dumas and Victor Hugo were romantic writers in France. Okay, Alexandre Dumas and Victor Hugo were romantic writers in France. Now, Balzac and Flaubert were realists in France. Baudelaire was a symbolist in France. Baudelaire is a symbolist. What is the difference between Chaucer's Troilus and Cressida and Shakespeare's Troilus and Cressida? They are both the same story, but Shakespeare's is a tragedy, a drama, and also the other is a narrative poem, and Shakespeare's is much more developed. So, Flowers of Evil is the only work by Charles Baudelaire. Okay? Only work by Charles Baudelaire. Which American writer did Baudelaire translate? Bolo. Which American writer did Baudelaire translate? Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe. There is a section in Baudelaire's Flowers of Evil called Tableaux Parisiens, which is banned, which is a very controversial section. Tableaux Parisiens. It is banned. Okay? Right. Guys, almost there in 5 minutes. At 10:30, I am going to reveal the surprise. People who came early already know the surprise. Now, Ghosts. What are Ghosts? Ghosts is the play by Henrik Ibsen or Bernard Shaw. Bolo. Ghosts is the play by Henrik Ibsen or Bernard Shaw. It is, of course, Henrik Ibsen. Ghosts is a play by Henrik Ibsen. Captain Alving, his wife Mrs. Alving, they are characters. Mrs. Alving is building a orphanage for Captain Alving, and she is hiding from everybody the fact that Captain Alving used to be a womanizer and a very bad man. And now Captain Alving's son Oswald has syphilis. From Captain Alving, Oswald also has syphilis. That is the story of Ghosts. Why is the play important? Because the play shows an aristocratic society being torn apart by immorality. An aristocratic family is degenerating. It is declining. That is the theme. And this attacked aristocracy. The play Ghosts attacked aristocracy. Did you understand? Very good. A Doll's House, Ghosts, these were very famous. And there was a man who was instrumental, not only Bernard Shaw, another man prepared Ibsen's plays for the English stage, for the English stage. That was Henry James. Henry James prepared Ibsen's plays for the English stage. Will you remember? Fall of Aristocracy. Who wrote Dead Souls? It was supposed to be a part of a trilogy, and it was supposed to be about the protagonist travel to hell, like Dante's Divine Comedy. It was modeled on Dante's Divine Comedy. Is it Eugene O'Neill or Nikolai Gogol? Bolo, please read extra about all these works and authors. Fine, will you? Is it Eugene O'Neill or Nikolai Gogol? Yeah, Oswald fell in love with his half-sister, Regina. It is Nikolai Gogol. Nikolai Gogol wrote Dead Souls, and Nikolai Gogol inspired Ashok in Namesake. Ashok got into a train accident, and this book he was reading Gogol's book at that time, and he named his son Gogol, right? And Dead Souls is about serfdom. Yes, the corrupt landlords is the theme of Dead Souls, the corruption in the aristocracy, in the landed gentry, right? It is subtitled a poem, correct, Meenu? Yeah, Gogol also wrote the famous short story, The Nose, and also the famous short story, The Overcoat. Akakevich spends all his money on buying an overcoat, and he loses the overcoat, and he goes to everybody saying, will you help me find my overcoat? One government official insults him, and Akakevich becomes so sad and he dies. And Ashok Ganguly is inspired, correct. And when Akaki Akakevich is so sad and he dies, he begins to haunt everybody as a ghost after his death. And he begins to pull other people's coats, etc., after his death. Isn't it? That is the story of the overcoat. Dead Souls is the story of the wanderings of Chichikov. Chichikov is going to landowners and saying, I will buy all the dead serfs in the list of serfs that you have. You don't have to pay any money. You will also not have to pay any taxes. Just help me. Let us make a document saying, I have bought your slaves. But the landlords are so corrupted in their mind, they don't want Chichikov to benefit. So none of the landlords is ready to do this. Chichikov was actually a fraudulent man. He was going to borrow money based on this document. Did you understand? Yeah. So, Desire Under the Ems is modeled on Phaedra by Racine and Hippolytus by Euripides. That is a different story. Now, Dead Souls after that. Notes from the Underground. Guys, I'm reminding you at 10:30 in a few minutes I'm going to release something that is very useful for you and free also. Notes from the Underground Bolo. Is it by Ralph Ellison or Fyodor Dostoevsky? Of course, Notes from the Underground is by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Why did I say Ralph Ellison? Because Ralph Ellison was inspired by Notes from the Underground. And what did Ralph Ellison write? He wrote Invisible Man. He wrote Invisible Man, inspired by Notes from the Underground. Henna? Right. Now, what is art? Who is the author of What is Art? Is it Leo Tolstoy or H.G. Wells? What is art? Is it by Leo Tolstoy or H.G. Wells? Of course, it is by Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy wrote What is Art? Who wrote What is a Classic? What is a Classic? It is T.S. Eliot. Who wrote What is Literature? What is Literature? What is Literature is by Jean-Paul Sartre. Who wrote What is Poetry? What is Poetry? What is Poetry is by J.S. Mill. Who wrote What is an Author? What is an Author is by Michel Foucault. Did you get all the questions? Ta-da-dang! What number 6 and The Lady with the Dog? These are by Alexander Pushkin or Anton Chekhov. What number 6 and The Lady with the Dog? These are by Anton Chekhov. They are short stories by Anton Chekhov. And what did Alexander Pushkin write, guys? Alexander Pushkin wrote Eugene Onegin. Eugene Onegin inspired which Indian novel? Eugene Onegin inspired The Golden Gate by Vikram Seth. Eugene Onegin inspired The Golden Gate by Vikram Seth. Okay, now ready for the surprise? Are you ready for the surprise? Ta-da-dang! Check out this website. I have made a website for you, Total English Solutions.com. TotalEnglishSolutions.com is the website where you will find all our free courses. In TotalEnglishSolutions.com, you will find all my free courses. I will add more also. Ta-da-dang! Open link. देखो क्या हो रहा है. Total English Solutions, Learning Management System. Excite, engage, educate. You can go down like this and you will find free course on Indian literature. अरे सब तो अभी YouTube में हैं, लेकिन I will add more courses also. I will add more courses, our UPSC and everything I will add here. Free course on American. This is so much easier for you because everything is in one place. free course on literary criticism and theory, free course on 20th century literature. And if you go down, more courses, so many free courses we have done. Karnataka assistant professor is not a free course, but every day at 8 revision free course. Then free course on 20th century literature, American literature, everything. Okay, we will add more also. By the time you finish all this, we will add more. Did you like it, the surprise? I hope you liked it. We will add more also. I will add quizzes and everything I will add, okay? Right. Now, dekho, quiz time. Ta-da-dang. हम ये टोटल इंग्लिश सॉल्यूशंस को ऐप भी बनाएंगे, okay? Right. It is very, very systematic, correct, and easy for you to remember. Total English solutions. Will you remember? Yes. Now, guys. अरे कहाँ गया मेरा सब? Yeah. I am starting the quiz. अभी ऐप नहीं है, हम बनाएंगे. अरे I am a small person. I am not a big business tycoon or anything. I am a small person. That is why we are total English solutions. एक बार सर्च करोगे तो बार बार आएगा ना अपने गूगल में. That is easy. Or in your phone it will come also. खुला रहेगा. खुला नहीं, कल तक ठीक करेंगे. खुलता है ना, मैंने अभी खुला ना, totalenglishsolutions.com. Probably you did not type the correct spelling or something. Total English Solutions. अभी मैंने खोला ना, तो चल रहा अभी. totalenglishsolutions.com. Okay, now. Next, quiz time. Dash is Dante's guide through hell and purgatory in the Divine Comedy. This is easy. Dash is Dante's guide through hell and purgatory in the Divine Comedy. Bolo. I didn't say anything special in Hindi. Whatever I said in English also. We will sort out all the problems. Just answer the questions now. Who is Dante's guide through hell and purgatory? It is Virgil. And I was just recapping. Next question. Got it, guys, everyone? Which of the following is not true? अरे ये क्या है? ये कल का है ना? We did this yesterday, na? Oh. I think I marked the wrong ones. अरे छोड़ो. Correct है. Which of the following is not true about Decameron? This is correct. Which of the following is not true about Decameron? The stories are told by a group of young people who flee Florence to the countryside to be safe from the plague. Is that correct or wrong? And the subtitle of the work is Prince Galahad. Is it correct or wrong? 7 young men and 3 young women tell the stories in 10 days. Correct or wrong? From erotic to tragic, it has 100 stories in all. Which of the following is not true? Bolo. To get more details about everything, will you please WhatsApp me or WhatsApp our office? Yeah. All are true. Correct. All are true. लिखती हूँ. All are true. Correct. All are true. Will you remember, guys? All of these are true. What is Decameron? Stories told by a group of young people. They are fleeing Florence to the countryside to be safe from the plague. This is the year 1348. The subtitle is Prince Galahad. There are 7 young women representing virtues and 3 young men, all telling the stories in 10 days. From erotic to tragic, there are 100 stories in all. C wrong नहीं है क्यों? 14 days हैं, 10 days also बोलते हैं. Is it because it's a fortnight also? Sometimes they say it is fortnight also. 10 days or fortnight. 7. This is wrong. 7 women. I will correct it. 7 young women. I didn't read carefully. 7 young men. Correct. You said it. It is 7 young women. I didn't correct it properly. Look at it properly. Sorry. It is right. 7 men, 7 women and 3 young men hai. Actually, I meant it ulta. You found it. 7 young women hai, men to galat hai. 3 young men hai, 3 women galat hai. You said it. It was my typing mistake. Okay, moving on. Thank you, Shagun. Thank you so much. Which work tells the story of 2 giants in an amusing, exaggerated and satirical manner? Bolo. 2 giants in an amusing, exaggerated and satirical manner. It is, as you might know, Rabelais, Gargantua and Pantagruel. Rabelais, Gargantua and Pantagruel. ठीक है? It is the basis for carnivalesque theory of Mikhail Bakhtin. The theory of the carnivalesque. Canzoniere, literally Book of Songs, is an account of Petrarch's love for dash. These are easy questions. Oh, Shivapriya. Canzoniere is an account of Petrarch's love for Laura, Dora, Nora. Fortnight means 2 weeks. Yes, Angeline. It is Laura. Petrarch's love for Laura. Thank you, Jagdisha. Now, In Praise of Folly, which satirizes human follies, there folly is parading as... some questions are repeated. Hai na? Folly is parading as... Folly is parading as a goddess. Folly is parading as a goddess. Will you remember? Ta-da-dang! Which work became controversial for supporting practicality even against ethics? Which work became controversial for supporting practicality even against ethics? What is practical is what is important. Ethics का कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, ethics नहीं है तो. That is The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli does not give importance to ethics, it gives importance to practicality. Jean-Baptiste Poquelin adopted the stage name. What is the stage name of Jean-Baptiste Poquelin? It is Molière. Molière, easy ones. I'm just revising. ठीक है? Then Alonso Quijano, an enthusiastic reader of chivalric romances, adopts the name Dash in the Spanish classic. What is the name that he adopts? Alonso Quijano. He adopts the name. Is it Prince Galahad, Desiderius Erasmus, Don Quixote, Rocinante? It is Don Quixote. Don Quixote has the real name Alonso Quijano. Alonso Quijano reads too many chivalric romances and adopts the name Don Quixote. Hai na? Okay, next question. Did you all remember to like the video, guys? Which of the following is not by Montaigne? Which of the following is not by Montaigne? Of sorrow, of sleep, of age, of superstition. Ta-da-dang! It is of superstition by Montaigne. Montaigne did not write of superstition. Will you remember? He did not write of superstition. He wrote of sorrow, of sleep, of age. Which of the following is not one of Moliere's plays? One is Charlie Chaplin, the misanthrope, the hypocrite, the tramp, the miser. मुझे तो पता है, आप लोगों को पता है क्या? It is the tramp, the kid. Moliere's plays the tramp तो नहीं है. Misanthrope, the hypocrite, the miser. I loved it. Then ये बोलो, Metamorphosis of Plants. Wow, is a scientific work by Metamorphosis of Plants is a scientific work by किसने लिखा पौधों के बारे में? It is our German writer Goethe. Goethe wrote the scientific work Metamorphosis of Plants. Wow, did you know that, guys? Now, who used the pen name Stendhal? Is it Marie-Andre Bell or Francois-Marie Arouet or Henry James or none of the above? Henry James. Who used the pen name Stendhal? It is not Henry James. Is it Marie-Andre Bell? Marie-Andre Bell wrote under the pen name Stendhal. I'm laughing at our own joke. Now, The Man Who Laughs. Okay, I am the woman who laughs. Who wrote The Man Who Laughs? By Victor Hugo wrote. It is set during the reign of. The Man Who Laughs is set during the reign of. Is it James the First and Elizabeth? Or James the Second and Queen Anne? Or Charles the First or Charles the Second? It is James the Second. Remember The Man Who Laughs by Victor Hugo. Will you remember? We will stop at 11 today because it is Diwali. Khushbu will stop at 11. Usually we go more than that, 11:30, 12. The Man Who Laughs by Victor Hugo, set in the reign of James II. Abhi, The Age of Louis XIV is a historical work by. The Age of Louis XIV is a historical work by Voltaire. Voltaire. Francois-Marie Arouet. Resurrection is the last novel by, my God, who wrote it? Resurrection is the last novel by Leo Tolstoy. Resurrection is by Leo Tolstoy. Happy Diwali. At the end of the video, newcomers, I will reveal what is the surprise. There is a surprise today. I already revealed it twice. Demons, a novel by Dostoevsky, was published in. Wow, did you know that? Demons, the novel by Dostoevsky, published in The Russian Messenger. The Russian Messenger. Will you remember? Then, A Terrible Vengeance is a short gothic horror novel. A Terrible Vengeance is a short gothic horror story by. किसने लिखा होगा horror story? It is Nikolai Gogol. Nikolai Gogol. The Captain's Daughter, a historical novel which centers on the Pugachev's rebellion. Captain's Daughter is a historical novel. It is by the father of modern Russian literature, Alexander Pushkin. Alexander Pushkin wrote The Captain's Daughter. Today itself you should study, okay? Then, which work of Anton Chekhov tells the story of an estate forester's daughter who is stabbed to death in the woods during a hunting party and the story is about the efforts to uncover her killer. Clue is there in the question, guys. It is The Shooting Party. The Shooting Party by Anton Chekhov. Will you remember? The Shooting Party by Anton Chekhov. A Sportsman's Sketches is a cycle of short stories by... The Sportsman's Sketches is a cycle of short stories by Ivan Turgenev. I loved these questions. They are wonderful questions. Then, which work of Maxim Gorky focuses on revolutionary factory workers? Which work by Maxim Gorky focuses on revolutionary factory workers? It is Mother, the famous novel. Pelagueya is the protagonist. The eponymous character is Pelagueya, isn't it? Now, next question. Which of the following is the theme of Rousseau's Emily? Rousseau's Emily. Which of the following is the theme? The development of a national system of education. A system of education that would help the natural man to survive corrupt society. A system of education based on nature. Proposals for institutionalizing education. Read carefully. Read carefully. Which of these is the correct answer? It looks like C is the answer, but B is more correct. A system of education that would help man to survive corrupt society is a more correct answer. Now, this B, C is also there, but C is included in B. Did you understand? C is included in B. It is not anything to do with national education. C is not the only theme. This is the theme. B. Next. In which of the following works is the protagonist disillusioned by his education in Leibnizian optimism? The protagonist is disillusioned in which of these works? He doesn't want, he understands that Leibnizian optimism doesn't help. It is Voltaire's Candide. Pangloss is teaching him Leibnizian optimism. Remember? You are able to remember? Okay. Anna Kamachi, I just revealed a great surprise. I will reveal once again after the test gets over. Which of the following is true about social contract? It argues against divine right of kings. It is argued in favor of democracy. It advocates anarchy. It advocates violent revolution. Social contract. It argued against the divine right theory of kings. Social contract argued against the divine right theory of kings. Which of these places is associated with Goethe? Bolo. Which of these places is associated with Goethe? It is Weimar. Goethe also established Weimar classicism. Remember, Weimar classicism. Then, what does Yarno introduce Wilhelm Meister to? What does Yarno introduce Wilhelm Meister to? What is Yarno introducing? Yarno introduces Wilhelm Meister to the plays of Shakespeare. He introduces Wilhelm Meister to the plays of Shakespeare. Which of the following does the ending of Goethe's play Faust assert? Goethe's play Faust asserts which of the following? Goethe's play Faust asserts man's role in the vast cosmic movement. Man's role in the vast cosmic movement. Faust and Mephistopheles watch an amateurish play staged in the mountains. Which of the following is that play? Faust and Mephistopheles in Goethe's Faust watch an amateurish play staged in the mountains. Which of the following is that play? It is A Midsummer Night's Dream. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Will you remember? Then, who of the following argued in his seminal work that all nature, including man, is the expression of an insatiable will? It is Schopenhauer in The World as Will. The World as Will and Representation. Will you remember, guys? The World as Will and Representation. Nietzsche lauds free spirits or individuals who can think objectively and suggests they will be a necessary precondition of creating new philosophies. Nietzsche praises the free spirit of individuals. And what must motivate a free spirit to want to mingle with the herd? It is the will to knowledge. You can read it carefully. Individuals can think objectively. Individuals are free. And however, the will to knowledge motivates a free spirit to want to mingle with the herd. Will to knowledge and will to power, please read extra. Will to knowledge and will to power, please read extra. Whose spirit does Nietzsche consider superior? Whose spirit does Nietzsche consider superior? It is Dionysius. Dionysian and Apollonian he talked about. Nietzsche talked about the Dionysian and the Apollonian elements of life. The Dionysian is chaotic. Apollonian is ordered. The Dionysian is chaotic. Apollonian is ordered. Will you remember, guys? Now, which of the following does not relate to Victor Hugo's novel, The Hunchback of Notre Dame? It is a Gothic novel. It illustrates the idea of epic theatre. The book is a classic of French realism. The novel brings together the ideas of architecture, passion, and religion. Which of these is wrong? This is wrong. Why? Because it is a classic work of Romanticism. French Romanticism it is. Classic work of Romanticism. Now, the longest running musical in England's West End, Les Miserables, first opened on, do you remember on which date did it open? It is 8th October 1985. 8th October 1985. Who of the following is a famous character imprisoned in the island prison Chateau d'If? Chateau d'If. It is Dante in The Count of Monte Cristo. Then, Mercedes is the heroine of again, The Count of Monte Cristo. Mercedes is in The Count of Monte Cristo. Which of the following works alludes in its subtitle to the history of Eloise de Tarangenuel and Peter Abelard? This is a medieval story of passion. Which of these works alludes to it? Which of these works alludes to it? It is Julie or the New Heloise. Julie is subtitled The New Heloise. Julie or the New Heloise. Did you all like the video, guys? Which of the following is the setting of Victor Hugo's Les Miserables? Which of the following is the setting of Victor Hugo's Les Miserables? Bolo. It is the post-Napoleonic era. the post-Napoleonic era. Then, which of the following does Alexandre Dumas' novel The Three Musketeers depict? The Three Musketeers depicts chivalrous swordsmen who fight for justice. Chivalrous swordsmen who fight for justice. Hannah? And now, those who came late, our surprise is the website Total English Solutions .com, where we have all our free courses as of now. All the free courses will be there forever. But you can also buy courses if you want later. This is the website. Go down and watch the free courses, and I will add more courses here. Free course, free course, free course, free course. I will add more courses here. Only videos. There are no reading material or anything, just videos. And it is all together in one place. I will add more courses only for the website. Okay, and later we'll make it into an app also. Abhi to nahi hai, later we'll make it into an app. Tomorrow we will have class. Scheduled to hai na? I have scheduled everyday class. There is class tomorrow. Okay, so I am going to end today's session. I hope you liked my Diwali gift, this website. Please make use of it. TotalEnglishSolutions.com. And you may also please tell your friends. Please log in here and enjoy. Bye-bye. Happy Diwali. All best wishes to you. Arey, you don't want me to take class tomorrow? Why? Because exam is round the corner. You want me to give you all the awesome questions, na? If you can't join me, watch it later. Okay, I will just teach for 1 hour tomorrow. 1 hour only. Okay, bye-bye. I'm ending.